Bop. It's a word that you may have seen during your time on the internet because it has become an essential part of a lot of young people's slang. The official definition is a woman who has had many partners or a woman who presents themselves online in a way that some people find immodest. And honestly, I'd say the whole thing is pretty misogynistic. Most of the time it's used to degrade women online. For example, a girl posts a video in a top that some people think is too short, then the comments will be filled with those same people calling her a bop or saying that she's for the streets. But the word bop has become much more than that because it can lead you down an extremely dark rabbit hole. I've been trying to catch up on topics that you guys have asked me to cover here on the channel, and I recently came across an email from last month from someone who had found something concerning right here on YouTube. My girlfriend watches dancing tutorials on YouTube and we randomly came across what I legitimately think is predator bait using shorts. I've reported multiple accounts and videos, but it feels like nothing works. And disturbingly, it seems as though the person who sent this in may have been spot on with their assessment. Before we get into this video, a like and subscribe would mean the world to me. Your support means that I can continue to expose these dark corners of the internet that no one is talking about. Thank you for your support. In the email, the viewer said that they managed to find the rabbit hole again in a mere 17 seconds. They sent a link, and it sent me to a YouTube channel called YouTube Bops. There were no long form videos, only short form, and it made me realize just how easy it was to find something dark on this platform. So what you're looking at on your screen right now is the channel that the viewer sent to me in an email. Like I said, the name of it is YouTube Bops, and in the bio of the channel they say, "I don't own any of the videos or music, credit to the creators." They claim to be based in the United States. They joined on the 30th of May 2023. They have almost 5,000 subscribers, 241 videos, and a whopping 7.3 million views. Now, let me just show you some of the stuff they've got in this channel, because I don't think that I'm going to need to explain it for long before you start to get the gist of what this is. So I'm using an image blur extension for something that we'll be diving in later into the video, but just for now, you know, I don't know if YouTube's going to take a problem with me showing this, because obviously it's not my content. I don't really want to show the faces of the girls whose content has been stolen by this guy. But you can see here, it's girls in bikinis, girls in short tops, like I said in the intro. People who I can only describe as incels on the internet would consider a bop. You can see in the caption of all of these shorts, they say sub for more bops, and then they use hashtags like hashtag bop, hashtag green, hashtag leggings. And you can already see where this is going, because this isn't just someone stealing, you know, videos and just like re-uploading them because they think the girls are pretty. I mean, I guess you could say that in an extent, but the reason they're uploading it is because they are gooning. These are gooners. This is a gooning rabbit hole right here on YouTube. And just before we go into one of the videos in particular, just look at the views that these have. We have 34,000, 31,000, 45k, 33k, 61k. There's even one here with 111,000. So let's click on that one, for example. You can see here someone called Bill Freeman's in the comments saying, "The middle. Wow. You guys are so pretty. Hope you get to 10 million subscribers." So not only are they, you know, posting these girls on YouTube, but people are falling for it. Old men are falling for it, thinking that the channel belongs to them. And that has to be the funniest thing to come out of this, when creepy old men fall for either these AI girls that are all over the internet, or when like people steal other girls' videos. This guy's here asking if they're from a specific area. Girl, they do not know you. This one of two girls in bikinis has 13 comments. That's just emojis. This person comments fire emojis. Oh, I see that. They were staring first. Hang. This person replies weird, and someone says, "May I do a tribute to your avatar? It's so cute." Now, obviously, I cannot confirm if they mean it in this way, but a tribute in NSFW Gunner Spaces is basically when you take a photo of something, usually someone, or an avatar in this case, and you jerk over it. Yeah, That's the best way I can describe it without YouTube taking this down. And it's just pure sexualization of these women all the time. For example, in the comments of this video, someone says future OF creator. Someone, oh my god, this is crazy. Someone comments, please be 16. You're literally asking for them to be the age of 16? And Bill Freeman from the previous comment section has replied, agreed. What do you mean by that, Bill? What do you mean by that? In fact, Bill was the one who left the comment about being a future fans creator. And even by saying stuff like that, like future OF creator, that could imply that they actually already assume that these girls who they're calling bops and blatantly sexualizing are minors. Because that's another problem, and we're going to dive deeper into it later in the video, but a lot of the times these girls who are labeled bops are actually minors. For example, I mean, when you search up the definition of bop, some websites give an example of how bop could be used in a sentence, like it's a fucking spelling bee, and they say that someone can be the school bop, for example. Grown men shouldn't be thinking about school bops. School anyone, really. And Bill Freeman, bro, he just keeps going. The more I'm scrolling through these shorts, he's back again. Future OF creators. You might as well become a fucking YouTube member at this point, which you can also do on this channel. Click the join button for perks. And in fact, just to confirm the theory that the reason they're saying future is because they know that these girls are minors, Bill is back on another video of another young girl in a bikini, and he says, future OF model. Someone replies, this shit just weird, bro. To which he replies, English? Sorry, Bill, we know you don't understand slang. This is just weird, bro. She's a minor. So then he replies, not saying, oh, sorry, oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry, I swear. No, he says, that's why I said future. Bruh, my head is gone. That should be some sort of criminal offense to, you know, think about underage girl doing OnlyFans in the future. That's got to be some sort of like offense, right? If not, then, you know, maybe I'm just being dictatorship, but I don't know. That's not right. This could be some person's like husband, right? Or some person's granddad. Imagine you find out your granddad is obsessing over fucking bops on YouTube shorts. And again, another person acknowledging it, they said, how are like bops? Is it just because they're in a damn tank top like? Another person says, how are teenage girls bops? So yeah, this account is a big problem, but trust me, it just gets worse. So as I mentioned in the beginning, they always tag the videos with stuff, and tags can be used to basically go down the rabbit hole further. So on this one, for example, they've said, sub for more bops, hashtag bop, green, leggings, brunette, dance, shake, and bop talk. We're gonna click on bop talk just to see what's going on. So let's scroll down a little and see what we have. A person called Varen R said, give me 10 minutes with both and they can't walk for the next week. Someone said, get. And YouTube Bops is far from the only channel doing this, as you've probably established at this point. Another relatively big channel with almost 7,000 subscribers is called Bop Talk Legends, and this one has uploaded over 500 shorts, just showing you the extent of all this. And to make it worse, this one is a playlist called Crowd's Choice, where they have videos linked out of, I assume, the bops that their viewers have chosen to be in this playlist. Do you know how weird that is? You have and of course they also have stuff on their community tab this time around, so they have a whole Reddit for this. I'm not gonna say the subreddit because I don't want to bring more attention to that, but let's click on it and see what we're working with. So yeah, they say Bop Talk Legends on YouTube, and as you can see, we scroll down and they're basically just re-uploading all the videos that they put on their YouTube, but this time for Reddit. And if you're not aware, there's a massive Gunner community on Reddit. And yeah, here we go. This is how the Crowd's Choice video was decided. People literally voted for it in a poll, A, B, C, or D. And this shit had 764 votes. I mean, what are the comments saying? B, but next one has got to be C. She's underrated as fuck. It's weird, man. It's so weird and messed up. They're literally treating these girls as if they're property when all they've done is post a TikTok video. And some videos under the hashtag bop hashtag are also tagged with hashtag snowbunny. In usual internet terms, it usually refers to white women who exclusively date or have relations with black people. There are, of course, other definitions for it, which is why, of course, not everything under this tag is bad, but most of it is. So there are 37,000 videos with this tag, and like I say, there's blatantly a lot of like sexualized YouTube shorts that YouTube are doing nothing about. And of course, a lot of the freaks under this hashtag are posting videos of themselves rizzing up girls with their fucking glasses or Meta glasses. I'm sorry, but if you own a pair of Meta glasses and actively wear them, you need to be put on a list. They don't get called pervert glasses for no reason. And literally it doesn't take long, you just gotta keep scrolling and you will immediately find videos of people using them to, you know, call random girls they find on the street snow bunnies. And one channel under this tag is a blatant fetish account. It's called Feet World with 384 subscribers, 54 videos, and they say follow me here for better content, and they link out to an X account. Now, yeah, this entire account is literally just posting girls' feet. You know, if you're into that, no problem. I'm not here to judge you for what is a harmless, you know, thing to be into. But at the end of the day, anyone can view this if they're scrolling YouTube Shorts, and kids use YouTube Shorts. Don't bring your fetish shit to YouTube. The platform is not intended for that. And of course, YouTube haven't taken any action on it either. So of course, I clicked on his page. So his account is called Cummy Cluster. And he literally says, hey, I love goon content in his bio. And it's pretty much what you would imagine from an account like this. And that's exactly what brings me on to the next part of this deep dive, because this isn't exclusive to YouTube. Because last year I covered a Twitter predator ring, and it just so happened that it happened to involve bops, or the word bop, people who would call girls bops. Now, I was not surprised when earlier in 2026 I dived into the IRLs rabbit hole, which is a rabbit hole on X where people are posting pictures of the people they know in real life for other people to get off to. It wasn't a surprise to me when I found out that some of the communities I covered in my original video on the bop term were still up. They were still very active. Twitter had done nothing, which isn't a surprise because someone who emailed Jeffrey is in charge of it. So let's search up bop and see what we're working with. And yeah, I use this plugin. It's pretty good. If you are looking at any of this stuff for some reason, even to just report it, then definitely use this extension. It's just called Blur. You can choose the bar amount, so yeah. So here is one that I want to take a look at first. This is uploaded by an account called Zero, and they say clueless, hashtag bop, hashtag candid. Now, a candid photograph in this context, and in all contexts really, is a photo taken, you know, like with your phone by your side, like just when people are not aware that you're taking that photo. Now, this was posted in a group, and the group is kind of an oxymoron because it is called Consensual Candids. Let me tell you, the content being posted in here is not consensual. All you need to do is look at this Zero guy's tweet where he literally says clueless, like the girl's clueless, and you'll immediately know it's bullshit. And what just tops it off is in the bio of the community, it says DM this person to buy the Telegram link. If you're needing to sell that content on Telegram or another encrypted platform, maybe there might be something wrong with it. So let's sort by latest in here and let's just see. Immediately, this is someone talking about tributes again, and this is becoming a major problem in these communities. It was a problem when I spoke about bops last year, but it was usually people just talking about it. But now they're actively, you know, sending other people pictures of their like private parts in front of a photo of someone who doesn't even know that their photo is being shared. So this person says, send me for Trib doing creep shots too. And this is how they get their collection, by saying that they'll trib it. They can then, what, you know, save those photos and do whatever the hell they want with them. That's why it's so dangerous, because a girl doesn't know that her photo's been taken to begin with. Someone then sends that to a random guy on Twitter like we're seeing here, and then that video gets saved, the video or photo, and it just keeps getting sent around. It's true what they say, once something's on the internet, it's there forever. And in school we were all taught, don't post something to the internet that you aren't comfortable with being out there. But in these instances, and in a lot of cases nowadays, especially with the rise of stuff like meta glasses, women aren't consenting to their content being posted. Women aren't the ones making the decision anymore. It's men or other people who think they are entitled to share these people's photographs and videos without their permission. And it's a sense of entitlement that is genuinely sickening. For example, we'll take this other tweet in the exact same community. It's from a person called Flack OG, and they say girlfriend sleeping. This shows that you never know who's doing this stuff either. For all you know, it could be the partner who's in your bed right now while you're watching this video. It could be the parent who's downstairs. It can be anyone, and that's why rabbit holes like this are so dangerous. The same Flack OG person saying at the club. People can't even go and enjoy nightlife anymore without risking people recording them. And again, this is something I'll keep preaching, and I know I'm preaching to the choir because all of you guys are very aware of this, but once you've found one, you've found many. I'll click on this person, Gabo Rojas, for example, and I'll go to his following. And the people who are following him are definitely all doing this stuff as well. I mean, they followed him for a reason after all. I'll just click on one of their profiles, for example, and go to the replies. Okay, never mind, the first profile I found when I clicked on one of his followers is just some guy doing, "Can you guess a goal scorer? Level impossible. Ozil, Bellingham." In all seriousness though, I did find a profile easily. I literally clicked on the next option after that. And yeah, they're reposting stuff with the hashtag candids. So yeah, messed up. But the rabbit hole doesn't end there, because there are many communities just like this one on Twitter. For example, we'll take this community called Bop City Revamped. And now, in my video over a year ago now on this exact topic, I covered a community called Bop City Free. It showed that that was the third instance of that. It shows that there was two before. They keep getting reported, they keep getting taken down, but Twitter's moderation is so bad that they can just come back and make another one as much as they please. But this time, they did try to have more security around the community itself. They say here, just post vids, pics, and follow the rules. Also, no session ID, DM, check bio equals auto ban. So let's go to the latest and see if the rules are being upheld. Yeah. They're not, of course. Who could have guessed? 11 minutes ago at the time of recording, who's down to see more of my IRLs? Followed to chat about her and some IRLs. Let's scroll a little bit more and I guarantee we're going to find another. Yep, 29 minutes ago. Who's willing to corrupt me with the nastiest filth? No limits in a session ID. Session, if you don't know, is an encrypted messaging app where this content is often shared. It's kind of a common thing that you see in all of these predator investigations. And the code can be recognized because it's very long. I'm pretty sure it always starts with a 0 or something similar, but yeah, no, it's very long. You'll be able to recognize it by that alone. And this person said no limits. Again, that's something that we've discussed in the past. NL, or no limits in this context, usually means that they have no limits on age, not just like kinks. So it means that they are willing to be sent who they consider bops, no matter their age. And again, this guy's posting in more communities than just this one. So if someone wanted to find more communities, all they need to do is click on his profile. And that's exactly how these spread so quickly. There's one called Bop World, for example. If we go to the latest, yeah, again, it's just people posting, anyone got videos and a session ID. DMs open, any age. Oh, I don't even know if I can say this one. Yeah, doing something with low-level people, as they've put it, not my words. Low-level is another thing that they use to get around all of this. So if you see that, something's up. And again, right under that, very NLGC, low-level, must send samples to get in the group chat. So this is literally someone, you know, basically advertising that he is facilitating the sending of CSAM and that he's receiving it himself for people to get in the group chat. And these were all posted a minute ago. There is absolutely no moderation on this at all. This person is trading goth/emo teens. They're trading them like they're Pokemon cards. They're trading women like Pokemon cards. That's how little these people think of us. They literally dehumanize us in every way and they won't stop. But there's another website involved in all this, and it's one you'll actually see in these Twitter communities as I'm going through them. So this person has posted someone's mother and is linked out to another website called Erome. Or Erome, I don't really know how to say it. But it's basically a website where people can upload like photos and videos of people. And as you can probably guess, the rabbit hole's just as bad on this. So I have taken one, for example, here, and in the comment section, people are saying things like, we definitely need more pics. She has me hot as fuck. And then if we click on one of their profiles, again, falling down the rabbit hole. And just to show you how massive this is a random profile, you know, not one that's advertised on the front page with only one post, and it is 322,000 views. And it's an AI generated video of a brother and sister. 330 followers. You can literally, this is literally another like social media all in itself, and a lot of it has been taken over by not just people who are exploring their kinks, it's been taken over by people who you would consider predators. Now, as you can see here, they have actually banned some tags. So for example, exposed renders no results. And don't get me wrong, that's a good thing. Twitter have also done that. They've banned some terms known to be used by predators, but the problem is, as soon as one gets taken down, thousands more pop up. You'd need a more robust system that is better at identifying these things right when they happen, rather than banning each individual search term. It should be some sort of, I don't even know, because I'm not the type of person who should have to figure that out. People are employed and paid much more than me to do that. So if they could get off their arses and decide to do their job, that would be helpful. But the problem is, even on sites like eRoam, right? Exposed is, you know, not available as a search term, but let me put in BOP and boom, there we go, plenty of searches. And at the bottom here, it literally suggests related search terms so people can just keep finding the content they want. You've got teen bop, gun fuel, Asian bop, college bop, TikTok bop, IRL bop. And I hate this term gun fuel that they all use. If a woman wants to do a TikTok dance, that doesn't mean she's gun fuel. I made a video on when these same gunners were calling Alyssa Liu gun fuel just because she did what she's employed to do? I mean, this person is literally younger than me, the person who's posting this. 06! I was born in 04! Bop captions, DM for removal, trib them for more. So they're encouraging people to trib these girls, right? So they can then get more content of them. So then that video can be shared further. Again, 90,000 views, 198 followers. And they also have a bad problem with calling these girls who are literally just sending selfies on Instagram face corn. Like, that is wrong. Like, what? You can't just take people's selfies and call them that. And one of the big problems is, and the exact reason why I'm blurring everything here, aside from the fact it's just fucking vile, is that they can't verify that these girls are over the age of 18. You know, we already know that they're trying not to mention the age on YouTube, especially, because they're trying to get the videos to stay up. They're trying not to look like PDF files. But they're very aware. They are aware that the girls they're looking at have a chance to be under 18. And I feel that's why they keep engaging. They like the risk. That is literally one of the only things that I can explain it as. I'm going to be making a full video on the gunning community soon, but one thing I've seen during my multiple investigations into it now is that they very much get off on having a risk. Whether that's their partner finding out, whether that's, you know, someone walking in on them or them doing it in public. They love the risk. And I think that transfers over to them enjoying the fact that they never truly know if someone is actually an adult. And that's dangerous, because what happens when you consume that content on a regular basis? You keep falling down the rabbit hole, and eventually you will be seeking out people who are definitely not adults. And genuinely, I would say that people are already doing that. I mean, we have the evidence to support it. For example, take that post from the community I just showed you, where people were saying they had no limits, where people were saying that they actively wanted low levels. People are actively seeking this out, and social media platforms are doing nothing. It's sick. It's twisted, and it's not going away. That's why we need to raise awareness about this. If you have any sort of platform, please speak out about this. Share this. I don't care if it's this video or not. Share the information you've got from this video. It's incredibly important that people find out that their pictures are being shared all around the internet. You watching this, your TikTok video, your selfie on Instagram, any of that could have been taken and re-uploaded to YouTube, TikTok, eRoam, Twitter, all without your consent. And the worst part, you would never know. You could have already fallen victim to this rabbit hole, and you would be none the wiser. So we need to make everyone, but especially women, aware of the dangers of this rabbit hole, because sadly it's not going anywhere for as long as social media platforms refuse to act. So you need to be aware, the world needs to be aware, but most importantly, everyone in your life. This is a vile rabbit hole, and it's sadly claiming thousands of victims every day. If I found that many posts and comments being made on YouTube, Twitter, and eRoam in the last couple of minutes, think about how many are made every hour, every day, every week. That is thousands upon thousands, and it seems almost impossible to stop. When one of these communities go down, another will pop right back up in its place. It's exactly like search terms. That's why, in my opinion, we need to start hitting this at the source. The people behind these communities know what they're doing, and a lot of the time they are also trading material on Telegram or other encrypted messaging apps as well. The law is currently inadequate. I don't need to be the one to tell you that. There are no real effective ways of protecting women against this vile content online, and if the government want to do something good for once, they can start by changing that. I don't know the best way to do that. Again, that is not my job, but it's an avenue that should be explored. Yet, disturbingly, I don't see this being spoken about enough to get the government's attention. Of course, I have previously been in touch with places like the NCMEC about these issues, but I haven't received any real response. I can only hope that people like the FBI are looking into these rabbit holes, but I understand that may not be the case. I've tried to reach out to mainstream media over this and have been ignored. That's why I will continue to use the platform that I do have and can use to get awareness of this issue out there, because it's so important. I don't care if you share this video, but please share the information that I've given you. If that's just to your friend, a family member, your co-worker, you can decide, but please make someone aware of this, because people need to know what we're up against. If we stay silent, someone, maybe even yourself, could fall victim to this, and we'll never know. For all I know, I could be a victim, you could be a victim, and that makes me sick just thinking about it. They don't stop just because someone is a minor. In fact, it seems like that pushes them to do it even more. So if we want to ensure a better future for everyone, our kids included, something needs to change. I've reported all of these communities and this content, and if you stumble upon anything similar, I urge you to do the same. This is hiding right under our noses, so it's time to acknowledge it. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you did enjoy or you learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, hype the video and share it. It really helps the channel. Also leave a comment and let me know what you think of this rabbit hole. You guys are the reason that I can keep exposing these dark corners of the internet, so your support means the world to me. If you're listening on Spotify, you can rate the podcast 5 stars and follow the show. All of my social links are in the description and on screen right now. And thank you to everyone supporting the channel. For YouTube memberships or Jessicur Plus, you mean the world to me. You can support me here on YouTube for memberships to get a special badge next to your name and exclusive emojis to use in the comments section and on live chat. If you'd prefer, you can also check out jessicur.com and get access to exclusive content, early access to upcoming releases, and have your name included at the end of all of my videos. Both members and Jessicur Plus members get that. There are plenty of options, so if you want to support me that way, please make sure you check it out. I'll be back very soon, but if you want another right now, then I think that you'll like the video that's on your screen.